here at West Ottawa. They'll be back home tomorrow, but they take on an Anderson team out of the HCAC, and a team that they've never faced before, Matthew. So all we hope for Anderson back in our game prep is it's out of a very tough conference. They're 2-2 coming in, and Hope comes in with a 2-1 record.
Yeah, it's been historic. And last season, this Anderson team, they were good, not great. Is that fair to say?
I would say. But I will say this, it's a team under fourth-year head coach John Ginn that are making some improvements. They've gotten a little bit better as the years have gone on. Still favored to finish 7th out of 10 teams in the preseason poll. So a team really won't vie for their conference. But Coach Ginn has them in the right direction. And they've got a lot of returning offense, like 4 2/3 of their productivity last year.
So like you said, Anderson 2-2 on the year. The team last year 12-14, 8-10 in their conference. And obviously Transylvania, the great team out of that conference, that lost in the Final Four to New York University 57-42 last March. And Transylvania was great last year. So really, I mean, Anderson kind of had their hands full. But it's a team that this year, I mean, they're coming to town here in Holland, and I think they expect that they can hang with Hope College.
Well, we saw some good things to parallel that out of a Wilmington team that was overmatched against Hope in one of the first games of the season, and Wilmington hung tough, especially in the second half. So Anderson is described as a hard-flying offensive team. So I think they can score some points. The question is, Hope back to full strength with Sidney Viss, we are hearing it playing tonight after missing a couple games.
And that is correct. Sid Viss will be playing tonight. Whether that's on a minutes restriction or not, we will find out, Mike. But soon enough, right here, as there's 3 minutes on the clock. But I had a chance to talk to Sid a few days ago, and she was like, "Hey, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to compete." And that just kind of tells you about her character and the kind of player she is. She doesn't care non-combat. She just wants the ball.
Yeah, she's a bulldog when it comes to her style of play. And you can look at the numbers. With Sidney Viss, they're a much better shooting team, and they're a much better rebounding team. She's all MIAA. She takes it to the rack, and she's the type of player that's very aggressive. And how Sidney goes, her mood dictates the mood of her teammates.
The captain on this team, her and Olivia Bellows and Jada Garner are 3 leaders on this team, Mike, and kind of trying to tell the story of this team this year. It starts with them, but it doesn't end with them, because we got 2 freshmen in Anna and Leah Richards that have been darn good so far this year.
Yeah, the history for Hope College women's basketball, the addition of all the parts makes up a whole ball club. But you've got some impact players, and when you have 2 freshmen like Anna and Leah Richards, and Anna's been starting the last 2 games in replacement of Sidney Viss, that's high praise in a Brian Morehouse team, because a lot of freshmen A, don't get a lot of playing time because they're such a good team, and B, to be in the starting lineup, that says for their talent level.
So Hope College 2-1. They have that win last week, 99-63 against Wilmington. They have a win against Loras College last week, 68-37, and they faced a really good Illinois Wesleyan team that they dropped 74-65, and an Illinois Wesleyan team that will be in that CCIW conference where we'll see Carroll University tonight. So that's a conference not to be messed with, as we know, and a tough loss for them with 3 of the best players in that conference on that Illinois Wesleyan team. So a really good test for Hope, especially without their top scorer, Sid Viss.
And I think, to your point, Matt, I think it's good for the Flying Dutch to have some good opponents. They play 4 top 25 teams this year, as the top 25 goes right now in the preseason. And that's good. I wouldn't say that Hope is necessarily a young ball club. They're a lot older than they were last year. But I think having these tests against great teams, we're going to see Carroll tomorrow. They're ranked in the top 25. Illinois, who beat Hope, Illinois Wesleyan, who beat Hope last weekend, they were number 10 in the country. So this is a great stretch of basketball to see what the potential for Hope will be.
Bellows is just under 12 points a game. Anna Richards pours in about 11. And after that, it's a host of Dutchmen. Garner with 9. Brunsberg will get in there. Leah Richards, Lauren Leach, Maddie Petrolia. A Hope team that's deep, and that's Morehouse's staple.
It really is, and he subs in 5 for 5 out as his custom. But what I've always liked about, you mentioned Olivia Bellows, she's an all-MIAA player who was the 2nd leading scorer last year off the bench. She brings that electrical, lightning offense, and now she's in the starting lineup this year, but last year that was her goal. But she's lightning it. So the top 5, you don't when you get to the second tier very much. But that's a solid lineup for Brian Morehouse. You got Maddie Petrulia, the transfer from Loyola Chicago D1, who is yet to make an impact, a huge impact, but she's just settling in with her new ball club.
That's right. So really the 3 big additions of Hannah Richards, Leah Richards, as well as Maddie Petrulia. We'll talk a little bit more about Anderson after this. Let's take it over to Darren Deistermars. We're going to do the national anthem, and we're going to be right back here. So once again, thanks for tuning in. We're here at West Ottawa High School. Matt Wader and Mike Coleman calling this Hope College basketball game. Hope College taking on Anderson. And Mike, fill us in. What are the 4 teams here this weekend, and what do we have for matchups tonight and tomorrow?
Yeah, great question. We've got 4 teams who have never played each other, no matter how you cross-reference it. We've got Hope and Anderson tonight, and then in the 7 o'clock broadcast, we'll Waukesha, Wisconsin out of
So once again, that's Hope College taking on Anderson right now, and as we hear from Darren, that's Sid Viss in the starting lineup, so you like to see that. Once again, not sure if she's going to be on a minutes restriction or not.
That's a question, Matthew. You've got no disrespect to Anderson. By the way, we welcome all the Anderson fans on the Hope Sports Network tonight. Carroll on paper poses a more of a Sid Viss hasn't played in a few weeks, or in a games. We'll see how her wind is, how her conditioning is, and he might, Brian Morehouse might give her some spotty minutes just to give her repeated breaks throughout the game.
So looking over at the Anderson team, like we talked about, 2-2. They've got wins against Concordia, Chicago, and North Park, who they took care of handily, but then losses to Wheaton College and as well as Hanover. They're going to be led by Izzy Davis, 13.5 points. Sarah Seawack also pours in 13 points a game.
Yeah, Izzy Davis is the hub of the wheel for that team. A 5'8" junior guard out of Indianapolis, Indiana. A lot of great talent comes out of that city, as you well know. In her career, she's averaged in double figures, and she was a leading scorer last year, but she can also facilitate, leads the team with 4.5 assists per game. That tells you what type of a complete ball player she is.
She plays 31 minutes a game. She's really going to have to carry the load. But like you and I talk about, hey, if you play Indiana high school basketball, you know how to shoot the ball. So I am all in on Anderson being able to shoot the ball tonight. That's the staple. I grew up in Indiana. I know all about it. So you play Indiana basketball, you better know how to shoot it.
And I learned that about you last broadcast, Matthew. But here's what I like. To your point, Anderson, they shoot the rock very, very good, 34%, and they make 8.5 3-pointers every single game. So they like to chuck it up from deep. Hope no stranger to shoot 3 balls as well, but they're struggling a little bit at 29% coming in. But both teams score, they average over 70 points a game.
So here we got the tip-off here. That's Courtney Lee fighting for it. It looks like that will be in possession of Anderson. We're starting with the basketball for Anderson. That's number 21, Izzy Davis, the junior guard. She drives, she dishes out to the corner. She's trying to get it out. Oh, McKinley Taylor dishes off to Davis. So a little bit of dribble weave here action early on for Anderson. Almost a turnover in the hands of Izzy Davis. She picks up her feet. She's going to get called for the travel.
Little bit of a rush. Anderson feeling the early pressure of a Hope defense that only allows 58 points per game. And they like to force the pressure on the wings, and we saw that on that turnover.
The starting five for Hope, that's Garner, Petrolia, Viss, Lee, and Bellows.
Yeah, good starting lineup. Bellows in the starting role. Coming off the bench, very productive last
Top
year.
key, nice pass down to Sid Viss, just off the mark for her.
But the look was there. The look was there, Matt.
Great pass by Bellows. And then that's a little bit of a hurried pass on the other end from Davis trying to get the ball to McKinley Taylor. That's another turnover on Anderson.
You're going to get that from the Ravens. They're, like we said, they're a high-powered offense, averaging 72 a game. Decent defense at 62 allowed, but they like to push the pace, and that was just a push turnover.
Anderson, quick trap here, trying to get above Garner. Garner, cross-court pass to Viss. Goes out of it. Viss, deep three, off the mark. Rebound in the hands of Garner. Garner setting up offense now. Bellows thinks about a three, hesitates, goes up for it, and she drains it.
There we go. That's the mark of her game. Open look. You got to get a hand in her face. She rattles one home.
Here's Izzy Davis setting up offense here for the Ravens. Dribbles to her left, trying to go to work on Bellows. Dishes out now, and that's the guard, Bryn Beard, the senior from Perrysburg. Bryn Beard, yeah, she does.
Yeah, good body control by Beard. Got a little stop pop from 8 feet off the crossover dribble. Anderson on the board.
Here's Petrolia going the other way, settles for a three, and that's off the mark. Rebound brought down by Viss. Viss strong, and she does for her first 2 points.
13 rebounds on the offensive end of things for Hope per game. Viss does what she does best, crashes the board in the putback.
That's what you wonder how Anderson's going to adjust. Hope will probably crush them on the boards today, and they're going to have to be able to box out and get a lot of opportunities down there. Here's the drive by Taylor out to Davis. Davis driving with her left. And that I don't know if that was a pass or a shot by Davis. That's going to be another turnover on Anderson.
I think she was looking to maybe shoot it. I want to say Courtney Lee maybe got a little fingertip on that, but Davis trying to make something happen in the key for the Ravens.
Early on ball pressure here. Bryn Beard trying to pick up and maybe trap Garner. Garner gets it out as Lee comes out for the help. So here's Garner across the top of the key, dishes out to Viss. Viss driving with her left. Anderson just set up in a pretty simple man after they get out of that cross-court trap that they're trying to do defensively. Pass out to Garner. Garner driving, strong. She's going to be fouled. So that foul on the floor is going to be on Bryn Beard. That's her first.
Yeah, for Beard, the 5'10 senior out of Perrysburg, Ohio, gives Anderson some height. Not a big team, and you mentioned rebounding issues for Anderson. They are on the deficit of 6.5 boards per game, so that's something they're working on.
5-2 is the Hope College lead early here, and that's a dish down to Viss. Viss is blocked. That block is by Victoria Dutraz, sophomore from Valparaiso.
Yeah,
going the other way
6'2".
now is Beard. Beard driving with her left. Picks up her dribble, dishes out to Mackenzie Tolliver. She's going to get called for the travel there. So 3 turnovers early for this Anderson team, and that's costly.
And not really any looks whatsoever. They've had 1 field goal attempt in this whole game.
On ball pressure by Beard on Garner. High ball screen by Lee. Here's Garner driving, dish. Bellows thought about it. Hesitates with some room. Yeah, she does.
See, that's just too easy, but Bellows had the height advantage in terms of size. She was quicker than the taller defender.
Cross court, Tolliver. Around to Williamson, and that's a 3 by Beard is short. Rebound brought down by Garner. Garner hustling the other way. Garner up and under, and she's fouled on the way up by Bryn Beard. Beard's second.
How do you like that little hesitation moved by the reigning MIAA MVP last year? Garner, a little hesitation, picked up the dribble, didn't get the shot, but she's going to the line.
You love seeing the way Garner's progressed over the last 3 years. She's so much more comfortable, and especially in transition.
Great.
I mean, she's great in half-court offense, but then in this,
She
setting
was
up the
perimeter.
transition, she dishes out. You see Viss starts to flare. She likes to get her three-pointer. Nothing but nylon on the first for Garner.
And a good free throw shooter. And to your point, Matt, she was a perimeter player first couple seasons. Last year, a little more comfortable in the paint, distributing, comfortable with the ball handling, and she's really blossomed this year.
9-2 is the Hope College lead as Garner gets both to go. Set up offense is Tolliver. Garner guarding her. She drives, dishes, nice pass down to Bella Larison, and that one's missed. Rebound brought down by Garner.
Excellent defense.
Hockey subs coming in here for Hope College. As Bellows gets called for the travel, that's going to be our first opportunity to see these new 5 Dutchmen. Let's see if we can get these for them, Coleman. That is Anna Richards, Leah Richards, Taryn Maynard, Chloe Brunsberg, and Lauren Leach.
Well done. Well, to go with those young eyes, they can identify things
game
faster.
3, I'm already locked in, Mike.
You were locked into game 2, brother.
Cross half court now is the guard, Izzy Davis, setting up offense for the Ravens. Picks up her dribble. It's Leach fighting for the ball now. Great defense by Lauren Leach. She gets the tie up. It will remain Anderson basketball.
And if you talk to head coach or assistant coach Courtney Cuss, she says Lauren Leach is the most improved player on this squad coming in from last year.
Actually coming off a couple years ago nursing an ACL injury, and she just keeps getting stronger. Really curious about this second starting 5 and what they can become. Here's the drive now by Maynard. High ball screen by Richards. Maynard picks up her dribble. That's out to Anna Richards. We'll try and get those sisters. How many more games is it going to take us, Mike?
Well, it might take a couple. Leah, Anna, R. I guess we go that route.
Leah the forward, Anna the guard. Nice pass by Leach, but it's stolen. Going the other way. And that's Tolliver. Tolliver trying to get the and one. She's fouled on the way up by Anna Richards.
Yeah, the Bluffton, Indiana junior stole it like a cat burglar and tried to take it coast to coast.
Bluffton, Indiana. I haven't thought about Bluffton in about 5 years.
Today's the day.
Today's the day. Bluffton, Indiana.
Steady diet of MIAA teams playing Indiana teams in non-conference portion of the schedule. And we haven't played Bluffton in a while that I can remember, but a vital part of Indiana basketball history.
The first one is down for Mackenzie Tolliver. Tolliver out of Norwell High School. Single A school down there. Tolliver misses the second. A nice rebound opportunity there by DeTraz. But nonetheless, it's going to be Hope College basketball. Maynard with pace. Going to work on Izzy Davis. Dishes out to Richards. Richards, top of the key to Leach. Around the horn now to Leah Richards. There's Anna Richards off the mark. That one's deep. Rebound brought down by Leah. Leah fighting for it. Now it's in the hands of Mackenzie Tolliver as she's wrestled out of bounds, so it will be Hope College basketball.
Couple of things. I really like the matchup between Izzy Davis and Taryn Maynard out of Jenison for Hope off the bench in that topside matchup. And Anna Richards, a freshman making her presence known in the game against Illinois Wesleyan, 22 points, 8 rebounds, needless to say, career highs.
Yeah, very impressive last week by her. I'm curious to see how, with Davis has been a good defender, but how Maynard loves to use her speed to get away from.
She really does. That's her best tool.
Richards picks up, dishes out to Leah Richards. Leah Richards going to work. Nice drive. She's fouled on the way up. She gets right by McKinley Taylor. She's fouled on the way up. That foul is on Taylor.
And did you see what Leah R. did? She used the left side of her body, kind of pivoted her upper torso to protect herself in the basketball to get that shot away.
Good hesitation. And that's going to be a media timeout. So we'll stay right here, try and break that down here. 9-3 is the Hope College lead, Mike. Early, what's been interesting to me, I was not expecting Anderson to want to set up in that two-man trap across half court. But Garner's just really quickly broken that.
Yeah, they've had no problem with that. Maybe that is something that John Ginn has used. Like I said, first time we've seen this team under Ginn. But, you know, you get across that half court, breaking that trap up top, and then it's easy for Hope. They've had some good looks down low, and they've also been able to penetrate off the dribble. So they're having their way. They're getting good looks, Matt, but the shooting hasn't shown it, just 3 of 8 so far. But my goodness, Anderson just 3 field goal attempts in this first half, in this first quarter.
Anderson, I like their plan so far. Defensively setting up in that man-to-man, but they've just really kind of made things hard on Hope. And obviously this not in the game right now, but she just looks a little bit hesitant to able to drive. She's so strong on drives to the basket. Just maybe looks about 5% less hesitant.
I think if you were a slasher like Viss is, you've got somebody coming off an ankle sprain, you might be subconsciously thinking about that. And until you actually get a few minutes in and maybe a game or two in, you don't think about it anymore, but you can't blame her if that's the case.
Leah Richards at the free throw line. We got 4:48 left here. She's deep on the first.
And Hope's a good free throw shooting team this year, 76%. Anderson could help their cause. They come in at only 59%. That could play heavy in a close game.
Leah gets the second to go. 10-3 now. Hope setting up in a full court pressure of their own. Maynard guarding Davis. Davis gets it across timeline, setting up the Anderson offense. Davis, ball dominant so far. It looks like on that pass to Sydney Sierrota, she's fouled by Chloe Brunsberg.
Little hip check by the 5'10 Chaska, Minnesota native, the sophomore, Brunsberg. Not too many players out of the land of 10,000 lakes on this Morehouse squad over the years.
Davis gets the ball into Larison back. Nice pass to Davis for two. That's a good look. Larison to Davis.
Yep, you saw Maynard fronting Davis. She got the lob, used the height advantage just a couple inches, but lays it up with an easy kiss.
Leach topped the key out to the wing to Richards. That's Anna Richards, and that's going to be a turnover right into the hands of Sierrota. Sierrota, the dish off to Tolliver. Tolliver trying to get out of traffic and gets it around the key, and that's on the wing to Larison. Larison driving, she's trapped. Single arm pass now, and that's out for three. Taylor, that one's deep, but the rebound is brought down by Sierrota. Now at the top of the key, setting up offense. Here's Izzy Davis, guarded by Maynard. Davis driving with her left through traffic, dish out. Three-point try by Larison's deep. Rebound brought down by Anna Richards.
Good ball motion the last two possessions after that offensive rebound. Anderson just can't get a bucket.
Maynard using her speed. She's going to be fouled on the way up by Izzy Davis.
Yeah, she just blew past four black jerseys for Anderson and sets herself up with some free throws. But I like Anderson's energy, Matt. They're moving the ball pretty well when they're not pressuring themselves, and they're aggressive. They don't look rushed at all. They look pretty confident.
Yeah, really the only time Anderson seems to not have a plan is sometimes Davis has the ball too long, then she's trying to drive, trying to make something happen. Really needing stuff to happen more off ball if they're going to get a little more space to work with.
Yeah, good point. And we don't know enough about Davis's game. Does she get a lot of her points off the dribble in traffic and the key? We just don't know. She's a decent long-range shooter, that we know.
You call into the show, let us know, Ravens fans.
Yeah, exactly. It's a learning moment. Glad to have you along.
Here's Larison driving now. That one's off the mark. Rebound brought down by Anna Richards.
Yeah,
Leah Richards, sorry. There's Maynard. Out to the wing to Leach. Leach saves it. She's driving now, going to work. Dishes out Maynard, three-pointer. Off the mark. Rebound is brought down by Paige Williamson, the freshman from Rockford, Ohio. Going the other way is Davis. Davis to Larison. Larison with room. Too strong on the drive. Here's Maynard with speed. She does.
Such a hard shot, the floater from 5, good body control, bingo.
Davis across the timeline now. 14-5 is your Hope College lead. Davis with the left. Nice cross-court pass to Williamson for three, but it does not go, and Brunsberg gets the rebound.
Williamson, 6.5 three-point attempts per game. She makes 2 per game.
In the wing is Anna Richards driving, picks up her dribble out to Leach. Leach for three. Why not? Don't let her get hot.
No, that's a nice tool in her kit that she has adopted over the years. Her shooting's getting so much better.
17-5 now, Hope College lead. Davis going to work with Maynard on her right. And the dish out is to Williamson. Williamson for three, yes. She just needed to see one go down.
You bet. A little unorthodox release, but I'll tell you what, she felt very comfortable, corner pocket tray.
Maynard setting up offense. It's those starters for Hope are looking to come in here in a minute. Richards driving, dishes down to Leah, out to Maynard, out to Leach. Leach with space on the hesitation. Didn't get called for the travel, which she probably should have, but here's Maynard. Off the mark. The rebound brought down by Chirota and in the hands of Davis for Anderson. And it's a steal by Brunsberg. Brunsberg 1-on-2. Picks up her dribble, dishes out to Leach. Leach for 3. Yeah, nothing but nylon.
Whoa, 6 turnovers for the Ravens have led to 8 Flying Dutch points in this first quarter.
Not a recipe for success if you're Anderson.
Not at all.
Davis dishing off to Larison on the right wing. Looks like in the hands of McKinley Taylor. She's trying to set up here. We got 33 seconds left in this half. Nice move by Larison to get that one to go.
Yeah, that was a great pivot. You had 3 defenders for Hope up top. Larison had some seam on the mid-block near side, and she finished.
Looks like Hope saving for this last shot here. I'm looking at this roster. It's just a who's who of small towns in Indiana for Anderson. You'd love this.
It's like the stereotype. I'm all about it. It's fantastic.
Right out of a scene from Hoosiers is this team. Maynard setting up, 6 seconds to go to Leach. Leach out, nice dish to Richards. Yeah! And that's the way that first quarter has gone for Hope College. Now up 23-9 against this Anderson Ravens team.
Well, when you hit 2 of your 4 last 3-point attempts on some great setups and some passing, recipe for success. All things Hope early on.
We'll take a break here, Mike. We'll be right back. Quick 30 seconds. Are we all good? Just when you're done, because of the way it's set up as live, it's going to need to be saved or downloaded so that they can see it. Otherwise, it's going to go away.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
I
not.
don't know how to do it, but I know what you mean.
You just need to tell Kevin that, because if you end that stream, it'll just go away.
Gotcha.
Does that
Well,
make sense?
save
Yeah.
for like film purposes. and
Right, right.
whatnot.
Just in case they want it. I mean, it's shitty footage, but I don't know if he'll want it. I was only thinking of if Morehouse looks, because he'll look at the ones from DeVos that are like 3-camera setup. But. What's your name?
Julia.
Julia. I'm Matt. Good to meet you. Are you a freshman?
Senior.
Senior? Cool.
Yeah, I was a student assistant for them last year. So
What are you doing now?
working event staff.
Oh, cool. You want to come back? Hey, back here at West Ottawa High School in Holland, Michigan. We just about avoided our first snow of the year today. Yesterday, I was out at Saugatuck Dune State Park, Mike, and I thought I just about saw the first snowfall.
How can a guy like myself that lives 3 hours north not have a stitch of snowfall, but you have it in the southern quadrant? But I heard all about it. I saw the piles on the side of the road.
We got plenty more to come, but here's some second quarter action.
Snow and basketball.
Snow and basketball. Isn't it a great combo? Taylor out. That's a 3-point try by Emily Reed off the mark. Courtney Lee fighting for that one. It's going to be off the hands of Courtney Lee. No, actually, they're going to get Lee on a push out of bounds, so that'll be Lee's first. Looking at this first quarter here, Mike.
Yeah, the points off the turnover is huge. Hope 8, Anderson 0, and the bench points. Hope with 14 bench points, so the balance is there for the Dutchman, or for the Dutch.
That's an air ball try there by McKinley Taylor. Rebound in the hands of Garner. It's that starting 5 back in now for Hope. Bellows, Garner, Lee, Petrolia, and Viss. 3-point try by Bellows off the mark.
You know, she backed it up with a right-hand dribble wide open. I mean, this is a team that shot the lights out in the top 5 in the nation last year, and they've got a lot of players back. I think Brian Morehouse is saying, if you got the open look, take the 3.
So Anderson has Izzy Davis, their star, on the bench, but that's Bryn Beard leading offense, the senior. Dribbling around the top of the key. Petrolia forcing her right. And that's an and one by Bryn Beard. The foul's going to be called on Petrolia.
Senior move by Beard, comfortable. Stayed patient with the dribble in the right sound, found that seam, was able to hit it on a runner.
Beard gets the old-fashioned 3-point try to go, and here's Hope College now. Beard picking up Garner all the way now. Garner dribble drive with her left. She's got space. Dishes out Petrolia. Petrolia for three. Off the mark. Rebound. Hustle play there by Olivia Bellows.
Indeed. Big time hustle offensive board.
Bellows dishes off to Garner. And Viss going to work now to the left. She can't get that one to go, but Lee is strong enough to get that as she's fouled on her way up.
You know, Sydney Viss, the leading scorer for this Dutch team, just 1 for 5 from the field, but I would say 4 of her looks have been dead solid perfect. She's going to drop that. She's missed a couple contests.
Like you said, just a little bit hesitant on her way up. She's
Yes.
getting more and more comfortable as the game goes on, finding that confidence. Here's Lee at the free throw line. Hope College with a 23-12 lead. Lee gets it to go.
You know, you shoot 76% as a team from the free throw line in women's college basketball. That's going to set you up for some success in close games. Those are one of those intangibles that you cannot overlook.
Lee gets a second to go.
Good
I
stroke.
was looking at all the top 20 teams, D3 basketball, they all, especially, I mean, we're going to see a really good Carroll team tonight, shoot so well from the free throw line.
Yep, that's practice and hours in the gym and paying attention to that sort of thing. It's important.
You're going to want to stay on the call here for that second game. Watch Carroll University and All-American Olivia Rangel, senior, has an opportunity to repeat as one of the All-Americans again this year. That's a fantastic basketball team. And it's a
Sure.
turnover again by Anderson, now in the hands of Courtney Lee. With pace now, Garner gets it out to Viss. Viss, hesitation, dish out to Bellows. Bellows going to work now on Tolliver. She's fouled on the way up. It looks like that foul is going to be on McKinley Taylor.
Good ball motion, Bellows.
Foul, sorry, is on Victoria Detraz.
And Detraz, I like the cut of her jib. 6'2" senior, leading rebounder on the team. She could score some points, but Bellows just has that ability, like Maynard and a lot of the guards, to find that gooey middle in the key and get a shot away.
First one, no good by Bellows. But she gets the second to go. The sub in for Anderson. That's Bella Larison coming in. McKinley Taylor's going to take a seat on the bench. Full court pressure now set up by the Dutch. Ball into Izzy Davis, guarded by Garner. Davis gets it across the timeline. One-handed pass over to Tolliver. Tolliver on the right wing. Ooh, she goes to work on Bellows. Nice move. Around the horn. There's Davis. Tough shot. But the putback, offensive rebound by Detraz.
And Detraz, she's plenty capable in the pivot to get an inbound, you know, and have her work, but it's very guard heavy for the Ravens.
That's right, guard heavy, and that's why Hope has kind of been winning that rebound battle. Viss tries to go up. Rebound brought down again, and Viss gets the putback 2 to go.
So strong, so strong. She just wills that basketball in the putback.
Tolliver setting up offense, gets it out. Larison misses the 3, rebound brought down by Viss. And this is how Hope College does it. Game after game after game. 28-14. Garner, dish out to Petrolia. Yep. No hesitation.
That's the Division I shot release by Petrolia in the corner.
It's quick. It's got good form. It's not preset. And that's going to be a timeout taken by Anderson. 31-14. We got 7 to play here in the second quarter.
While we have some time, Matthew, we've got some games going on. One game going on in the MIAA women's action. Alma taking on Mount St. Joseph down in Delhi, Ohio as part of the tournament. 25-16, Alma trailing in that one. And then Calvin University taking on the host team Marietta in a pre-Thanksgiving tournament. That's a 7 o'clock start. And then Olivet Carroll in our next broadcast tonight right here from West Ottawa High School.
So once again, with the Hope College volleyball team hosting at DeVos. That's why we're out here at West Ottawa tonight. But tomorrow, it will be Hope College. We'll be back at DeVos, and that 12:30 game is going to be Olivet in Anderson.
Correct.
And the 2:30 game will be Hope College in Carroll.
You know, when I looked at the schedule first of this setup, it's like, okay, Hope's the host team. They're playing first, but playing the first game gives them an extra couple hours of rest, which doesn't seem like much. But when you have back-to-back games, and they're playing so early the next day, I think that can be a big factor as far as getting hydrated again and
Absolutely,
things of that
yeah.
nature.
I mean, you think about sleep, and that's something we've talked about from the coach's perspective. I was talking to a MLB player the other day, and I said, what was the biggest change you've made since being an MLB guy? And he said, my sleep. He said, I can't miss it. And even at the Division III level, you can see the impact it has.
Oh yeah, they're finding all these sleep studies find how it affects everything, blood pressure. Yeah, you can go down the
Recovery.
list. Yeah, exactly, recovery. Got to get that 11 hours, Matt, like I did in high school.
Here's Davis now going to work, and that's a dish out to the lefty. Number 12, Chirota. Looks like they're going to get a foul call down there
A little push off
on
down low.
Larison, it looks like.
Yeah, Sirota wearing that big leg brace, perhaps coming off some surgery, and wearing that on her left leg.
The ball in. Gardner dishes it out to Petrolia on the left wing, try to avoid that trap. Now Lee gets it out on the right wing to Gardner, setting up offense. Brooklyn Roback in the ball game now for Hope College. Petrolia. She just has it, man.
Oh,
She just has a really good offensive game.
checking up on that stop pop from the right elbow, just straight up in the
Comfortable.
air.
She had a hand in her face and she didn't even care. She just put it up. Nice drive by Davis. Yeah, she's strong. She puts Bellows on the floor and gets her 2 to go.
Davis has to be more productive. She's got to get more shots for Anderson to be successful.
Bellows driving now. Nice dish down just off the knees of Lee. Fighting for the basketball now. Petrolia and Larison, but that's going to stay Hope College basketball.
I like Courtney Lee's game so much. A couple of years ago, had a wrist injury, kind of hampered things, but last year she had a breakout season, big contributor off the bench.
Lee is that anchor starting 5, and replacing her now is the freshman Leah Richards. So in the ball game now, Anna and Leah Richards, Taryn Maynard, Roback, and Leach. Anna Richards now, left wing. High ball screen by Leah. Out to Leach. Leach now to Maynard, time expiring. It's going to be a shot clock violation on Hope College.
Do you think Hope lost track of the shot clock? Maynard didn't look like she was ready to shoot
Because
at
of the
buzzer.
subs. They had the subs come in, they didn't know that.
I would dare say that's probably true.
33-16 is your Hope College lead here at West Ottawa.
Despite shooting just 28%, Hope they've had a plethora of more shots in this one. I'm sorry, 48% and more shots. And 5 3-pointers for the Flying Dutch.
How many years until I mix up 48% and 28%?
Let's see, I got you by probably 3 presidential terms. Probably, I wasn't doing that back in the Reagan administration. I'm doing it now.
Izzy Davis out now. Tolliver on the drive, off the mark. Rebound brought down by Anna Richards.
I like when you ask me to send you technology. I'm sure you get a kick out of that.
Well, you weren't the one trying to fix the iPad half an hour
Yeah, I'm
ago.
a smart guy. I don't touch that stuff.
You pretended like it wasn't even a
I
problem.
didn't even know I do a string and 2 soup cans.
Here comes Anna Richards driving. Well, that's why there's both of us, right?
Exactly.
Around the horn now for Hope College. Roback driving. It's a turnover. Out in transition is Davis. Going up on Maynard, looking for the foul call, doesn't get it. Maynard, great D.
And McKinley Taylor, who started that defensive good play, she got up slowly.
Sloppy possession there. Morehouse gets the timeout called.
It was just a weird 20 seconds
Yeah.
of basketball. I think Coach Moe in his 29th season just wants to settle things down with 4 and change left till halftime.
So like you said, 4 minutes, 34 seconds till halftime. 33-16, the Hope College lead.
Matt, I've got an update from Calvin University, the Great Lakes Invitational. 8 really strong teams from across mostly the Midwest, but Hope College taking a top 25 ranked St. John's Johnny's team. After a slow start, Hope was down 17-4. They rallied back to a 2-point deficit and then down just by 6 at halftime, but St. John's comes storming back and they take the 64-48 win. Hope playing without their starting point guard, Marcus Warman, in that loss. Hope shot just 28%. That's why I brought that up earlier. I was looking at the men's box score.
And that was a scary moment for
Oh,
Hope
boy.
on November 8th when they were taking on Anderson at DeVos. When Werman goes down, and you think, how tragic is that injury going to be? It looks like he's going to be okay. It's going to take a little bit of time.
He's going to be back for the Wisconsin series, I'm hearing, in early December when they play at Whitewater and at Platteville.
Here's Anna Richards setting up offense for Hope. Dishes out to Leah. Left wing driving now is Leach. Nice pass down to Leah Richards, out to Anna. Anna off the mark. Rebound brought down by Izzy Davis. Izzy Davis, dribble drive. Larison, three. Yeah!
Ooh,
Nice shot by Larison, nothing but net.
I'll say second three ball from downtown in this one.
Maynard across the timeline, gets around the wing to Anna Richards. Richards, Maynard, Brunsberg, three-point try. Bank is open on Friday.
She called it. And, you know, I like Maynard. Couldn't wait to push it over for that open three by Brunsberg.
You know, Brunsberg's just an offensive eruption waiting to happen. She pours in 8 a game, usually 2 threes a game.
But she can go for 15, 18 any given night, that's for sure.
Got these players coming off the bench for Hope. I mean, see Petrolia in that starting lineup, she's so comfortable offensively. She's just got a bag. I mean, she's able to pull anything out. Brunsberg the same way. The sophomore, just so much control with her body and so comfortable shooting from the perimeter.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talk about Hope's balance all the time, but the thing that Hope brings to you is like the three-point shot can hurt you or it can help you. And there's so many three-point shooters that are capable of wrecking a team with their three-point prowess for the Dutch.
Izzy Davis gets the first to go. Gets a second as well, 36-21, Hope College lead. So Beard and Davis both with 5 points apiece. It's been a steady attack, a few different players for Anderson. Oh, bad pass there by Maynard. Turnover right into the hands of McKinley Taylor. Beard is cross court to Tolliver. Tolliver driving on Anna Richards. That's out to Taylor. Taylor can't get the three-pointer to go. Here's Maynard.
These two teams have played even Steven in the second quarter after Hope had that 14-point lead. The lead still at 15.
Maynard pushed the ball in transition, knocked out of bounds by Anderson.
And my point is, if you're a Ravens player, coach, what have you, you got to be feeling pretty good. You've seen Hope's initial punch in the first quarter, and now you're playing balanced basketball.
You got 2:57 to play until halftime. Maynard gets the ball in to Anna Richards as they're setting up the Hope College offense. Bellows and Leach both with 6 apiece. They lead the scoring charge for Hope College. And that's Brunsberg for 3 off the mark. Hope a little bit confused by some of that zone. Shot selection by Williamson, ill-advised, so another turnover.
Yeah, the
Here
zone
comes
from John Ginn, the head coach for Anderson, after starting off in man. So a little switch up.
And they don't even go out to guard Leah Richards, but she can't get that 3 to go. A little bit of miscommunication on Anderson's end. I think they're trying to figure out what they want to do here. Like you said, John Ginn setting up that zone, forcing Hope to pass through it.
Hope's had some good looks from 3, 6 of 15 for 40%, and Anderson bitten from deep, just 1 of 9 in this game.
Maynard gets the ball into Brunsberg on the left wing. Brunsberg out to Richards, top of the key. Just looks like a pretty simple 2-3 zone. Anna Richards trying to shoot out of it.
Right, nothing fancy, 2-3. Richards just had her open, look top of the key.
Oh, missed defensive opportunity. but Detraz misses the layup.
But they got her down low. That's a great play. She got it underneath that Hope defense.
Nice pass there. And Brunsberg uses her body, but she's going to get called for the offensive foul.
I think that's a good call. Maybe not what the Hope fans were looking for, but my goodness, you're Anderson down by 15. 98 seconds remaining, playing tough. They're still in this ball game. A lot of basketball left.
I mean, it just appears to me it's like they're only down 15. They've had offensive looks. They're just missing shots.
They are shooting just 32% on this early night game on this Friday, and Hope shooting a little bit better at 42%. And the difference we talked about in the three-pointers.
To be honest with you, Mike, it feels like a game where Hope has given them opportunities to be in this game,
Yes.
and they're just not taking them.
Absolute,
So
true
I don't
and
think,
true.
I don't think Coach Morehouse is feeling like Hope is playing the best basketball they've played.
Agreed.
Nonetheless, here comes Izzy Davis with 1:19 to go. She dribble drives and gets a two-pointer to go on Bellows.
Beautiful touch off that back
Those
iron.
starters back in now for Hope. Petrolia, Garner, Viss, Lee, Bellows. Lee at the free throw line, trying to go to work now. Petrolia, yeah, she wants three, but that's off the mark.
Hope relying a little bit too much, I think, on three. They were getting some good looks down low on guard penetration. Not so much the last couple minutes.
So Tolliver is going to be fouled by Bellows.
I love how Olivia Bellows states her case on every single personal foul. She gives no quarter.
I asked her about that, and she said you fight for that one so you get one later in the game.
Ah,
So it's not a bad tactic.
forward thinker.
She might have stole that from James Harden.
Hey, not a bad cat to steal something from, that's for sure. Wish I could rock the beard like that.
No kidding. And he's still got offensive prowess
Yes,
in the
he
league.
does. What is he, mid-30s these days?
Yeah, I think he's in his early 30s. He can still pour. Hey, I mean, KD's 36, and he's absolutely been fantastic.
That's why they're at the top of the food chain when it comes to basketball.
There's Tolliver. It's a couple to go. There's Viss out. There's Garner top of the key.
I think the zone is messing up Hope's ability to penetrate with the guards. I think that's what's settled in.
Dish out by Viss. And there's a rebound brought down by Lee. Lee now gets it out to Jada Garner. Jada Garner on the miss. I think we got a correction for these. So I think that's actually Sarah Seawack is what it looks like. Is
wearing number
11. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
So they had Tolliver at so Tolliver is 12.
Okay, we apologize for that. We got our roster late.
And as that wraps up the first half, sorry for that last 35 seconds there. But 36-25 is the Hope College lead at halftime. We'll come back and talk about that first half. We'll give you guys a break here in that first half action as we get things together here. 36-25, Hope College lead over Anderson. We'll be right back in about 10 minutes. Back here at West Ottawa, Matt Wayner, Mike Coleman. 36-25, that's the first half score in lieu of Hope College leading the Ravens of Anderson. And Mike, if we're both honest, it wasn't necessarily the most impressive half from either team offensively, but Anderson is so much more in this game than the scoreboard tells us, considering they didn't shoot it well and they had opportunities.
Yeah, all true. Anderson outscored Hope 16-13 in that second frame. The only difference really in that second quarter was the fact, a couple differences. Hope didn't shoot the ball well, and Anderson finally caught up in the field goal attempt volume, so they were able to close the gap in that regard, even though, like you said, they weren't shooting well. But in the first half stats, we see Anderson hitting 33%, Hope hitting just 38%, so that's been fairly even, Stephen.
So Hope College, 33% from three. Anderson just 11%, 1 of 9. And they'll continue to shoot it. Both teams shooting well from the free throw line. 85% for Anderson, 80% from Hope. It's going to be a recipe for success, but there's a little bit of a snoozer offensively, and Hope kind of settling for those three-point shots. We weren't having as much success on the drive, so I think it's going to be a lot on Maynard and Garner here in that second half to get things going.
And their success in that first quarter especially, Matt, was the fact they were able to penetrate off the dribble. We didn't see that. They settled for the three ball. They had 10 three-point attempts in that second quarter, only hit 2. And Brian Morehouse, he's been around way too long, 700-plus career wins, to let that linger. So he's going to go back to the drawing board. Look, this is what got us going in the first quarter. Wouldn't be surprised to see a whole lot of that penetration.
I expect Hope to play a little more aggressive, a little more confident, a little more assertive with the way that they move offensively. Because when they do and they play quickly and they commit to attacking the basket, they're really, really hard to stop.
Yeah, they really are. Now, you can't fault Hope. The offensive rebounds have been there. They've won the battle 9-3, but Anderson cut down on their turnovers in the second quarter. They only had, I believe, 1 turnover in that second quarter, and that played in their favor. So a little tweak at halftime. We'll see which coach makes the adjustments. And if you're looking at Anderson, you know, we apologize once again for mixing up the numbers. Half of it was our fault, but the bottom line is they got some good players off the bench like Sarah Seawack, who averages 13 off the bench. And she's been quiet, but she's the type of player that can hit some threes. She's a high-volume three-point shooter, things of that. And then Izzy Davis came around in the second quarter with 8 points for the Ravens, their leading scorer.
So that's Davis with 8. Beard adds 5. Larison adds 5. And for Hope College, Bellows with 6. Lauren Leach with 6. That's 2 3-pointers in the first half. And then it's Petrolia adds 5. So it's been a pretty balanced scoring attack for Hope College.
Most times it is. Looking at a player like Jada Garner, you know, you've got a all-conference point guard with just 1 field goal attempt in this game. She does have 5 rebounds. She's been active, but it wouldn't hurt if she got a little bit more involved in some shot selections. But she's an unselfish player. She's good enough to know that she's not going to force those types of shots.
So we're 20 seconds away from second half action getting going here at West Ottawa. 36-25. Hope College leads this one. We'll stay with you here.
Well, coming up in our second part of our broadcast doubleheader, we've got University of Olivet and Carroll. I'm looking forward to seeing both teams, Matt. We're going to see Olivet a couple times at home and on the road, and then Carroll's first visit ever to play Hope College, and the Carroll team that comes in ranked in the top 25 in the nation.
Yeah, and you and I were talking about it. It's a little bit of a matchup where Lily Connolly was a girl I watched last year, really impressive for Olivet as an underclassman. She'll lead the scoring charge. She's averaging 20 a game for Olivet. She'll shoot it a ton and she'll score it a ton. And obviously Olivia Rangel for Carroll, who's very impressive.
Yeah, the senior Rangel, she's been All-American before. She's preseason. She's been All-Conference since her freshman year. Came out of the gate strong, that one did.
Izzy Davis leading the charge here. She gets the ball down. Wow. That's to Detraz.
Yeah, and that 6'2" height, they employed it down low. It was a tie-up, but Hope closed quickly, but that play was there for Anderson off the bat.
So that tie-up here gets the ball to Hope College, turnover. There's Petrolia setting up offense for Hope. It's out to Lee on the left wing, out to Bellows. Bellows now setting up offense. Dribble handoff. Viss thought about it, trying to drive now. Gets it out to Petrolia. Petrolia out. Vis, three-pointer. Yeah! She needed it, and she got it.
She sure did. Good ball motion. Almost threw it away a couple touches before that, but she rolls one in.
Comes Izzy Davis. Hope still set up in that man-to-man. Not switching a ton. Just trying to force Anderson to dribble right through it. They're going to get Olivia Bellows called for a foul on the ground.
I think that's her third, Matt Weiner, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Check that. That is her second personal for Bellows.
So Bellows has 2. They're going to call that one on the floor. So Anderson with the inbounds play. Beard gets the ball in. That's to McKinley Taylor. Taylor driving. Dishes off to Larison. Larison for 3. Off the mark. Maddie Petrolia, nice athletic rebound.
You bet. Good box out. Textbook box out by the redshirt freshman.
Petrolia out to Lee on the right wing. Lee trying to go to work now, just around the corner. Bellows thought about, she's driving now on Taylor, and McKinley Taylor's going to get called for the push.
You know, across the board, you look at the Ravens, they've got talent down low. They've got good guards. They're a balanced team of their own, even though they have more in top-end score. There's a lot of players on this team for John Ginn who can do a lot of good things.
Good pass in, right, strong. Oh, an athletic putback by Maddie Petrolia. Man, she's got that in her bag too.
She was second in the list of the most coveted forwards coming out of Michigan her senior year.
Oh, you're on the portal watch, huh?
Yes, well, I heard about the portal watch. I just don't know how to get to it.
You heard about the portal watch of Michigan grabbing quarterback yesterday with a $10 million deal. Because that's how it goes nowadays in D1 college football.
How is it the NFL is so much more simple now than college? I call minor league basketball games, and there's some players that have gone to 5 colleges in 4 years.
And I thought that might have been an eye roll by Scott Watson on that comment for $10 million. He's going the other way. Here's McKinley Taylor. No foul call. That's great defensive possession by Lee. Here's Bellows going the other way. 41-25, Hope College lead. Lee going to work with room. She does. Nice move by Lee.
And that's something that we saw the development of her game. Be able to maneuver in the post. Nice pivot by Lee.
That's going to be a short timeout call. 43-25 now for Hope College. John Ginn's going to take a timeout, so we'll take a timeout here at West Ottawa High School. (43-25), that's a Hope College lead here. Just under 8 to play here in the third quarter, and Hope with a big charge there. It's 36-25. They're on a 7-0 run here to start this third quarter.
Kind of what you would expect out of the gate for Hope, who did not play their best 20 minutes of basketball, arguably.
We're setting up in a press here. Beard easily breaks it. Dishes out to Izzy Davis. Here's Beard on the left wing. Hope is set up now in a zone, 2-3. Beard dribbles through it, gets an easy 2.
I looked at Beard's numbers coming in. Averages over 5 points a game. I thought it'd be higher. Her game is so solid.
This dish out to Petrolia. Now the right wing is Courtney Lee. Lee to Vis. Trying to go to work now on Izzy Davis. Puts the ball on the floor and dishes out to Bellows. Bellows down to Lee. Lee, so strong. Up and under. Yeah, good move. They got her going, Mike.
Yes, they do. How about the left-handed move? Good spin move off Detraz.
Good body control, and she just keeps getting better.
Certainly does.
Beard on the right wing dishes out to Izzy Davis. Driving through, it's that 2-3 zone. They're going to shoot through it, and they're not going to succeed on that possession. Rebound brought down by Viss.
Well, Seawack, a good three-point shooter, just has not been able to find the mark today.
Bad dribble off the foot of Olivia Bellows. Turnover on Hope.
Anderson cannot let this third quarter get away from them. Need to hit a couple buckets. They had some good looks, just have not been able to convert. But my goodness, the three-point shot, they come in at 34%, just 1 of 10 on this day.
You keep fighting, try to make this a 10-point game by the end of the third quarter,
Right.
and you're in okay shape.
Right, that's the doctrine.
It's that second set of subs about to come in here for Hope, as that's a missed three-point try by Williamson. Bellows gets the rebound, trying to trap her, but she dribbles right through it. Bellows now out. Petrolia, three-pointer. Yeah!
Oh,
It is raining three balls from Maddie Petrolia.
her first game in a Hope uniform, didn't really shoot much, a little tentative, arguably so, maybe just feeling things out. But now you see the potential for Petrolia's game. What a good-looking three-point shot.
Petrolia's got 10. She leads all scorers. Dribble handoff. That's Beard out to Seawack. Seawack driving out. Beard, three. Off the mark. Detraz gets a rebound. Beard, second try. Off the mark. Garner fights for it. McKinley Taylor going to get called for the foul.
Oh, going in opposite directions, Matt Wayner. Anderson just 1 of 9 in this third quarter from the field. Hope 5 of 6.
Here's those hockey subs for Coach Morehouse. Brunsberg, Anna Richards, Leah Richards, Maynard, Leach, Brunsberg.
You know, I think if you're a freshman like the Richards sisters are, you've won a state championship your junior year, coming into the college realm in D3, I think to win a state tournament title is so difficult. I think that gives you a big boost.
It's such good experience. If you've played championship basketball, you know that you can always play at that level.
Yes.
When you have that kind of confidence, it helps a ton. I mean, then you believe, you just know what it means to win.
All true.
Richards, good pass down to Anna Richards, out to Brunsberg. Oh, and a nice steal there by Larison, but it's back in the hands of Maynard. Maynard dribbling around it. Richards off the mark. And after a tough possession there, it's going to be in the hands of Anderson.
Larison has had some great hands tonight for Anderson defensively.
Absolutely true. Here's Davis driving up and under. She's fouled on the way up. I think they're going to get Brunsberg.
She just squeezed through 2 white jerseys. Davis lowered the basketball and then brought it out. That's a smart play.
So they get Anna Richards. That's her second. It's like another media timeout. 48-27, Hope College lead. We'll take a quick break.
Want to give a quick shout out to our good pal Casey Rutledge, who just texted me in front of the Teriyaki Madness restaurant tonight, and he knows how much I love that. So I just wanted to
You have T-Mad membership?
I don't know if
I'm all about T-Mad.
I'm
Dude, I
so
got the app on my phone. I am locked in. First, we've had a pour over coffee. Then we're doing T-Mad. You and I got some time to spend together, my man.
Well, I think you spent a lot of time with Casey. You guys are tight, and no doubt you're Teriyaki Madness fans. But boy, to say I'm jealous is an understatement. Yes, and the pour over coffee speaks for itself.
Well, you can hang out with us any day of the week.
Thank-
You passed the test.
Thanks, man.
So Mike Coleman, Casey Rutledge, Matt Wayner.
You just like my senior discount.
We're having too much fun for this one. Izzy Davis gets the back half with 2 shots to go. 48-28 now.
9 points for Davis, leads her ball club.
There's Maynard out in transition to Brunsberg. Nice cross-court pass. We got to take a moment to talk about Maynard, especially how good she was as a freshman coming off the bench. She's been really good defensively, and for that second unit, she commands it so well.
Yes, because, we talk about a new player looking comfortable, and Maynard looked comfortable from the get-go. And that's not, you don't see that a lot you don't see that all the time from freshmen.
Sydney and Olivia just were telling me, they're like, she's so much stronger than you think. She's so strong. For her size, if she gets that one to go.
Well, she has such strong legs to penetrate, play defensively. She's quick.
Here's a drive by Davis out for the 3-point tries off the mark. That's by Emily Reed.
Oh, reach in.
We're going to get a reach foul on Izzy Davis. Her second foul here.
Davis, 3 of 5, which are good from the field, but not a lot of volume attempts by Davis in this one. As Hope pulling away 50-28 with 4 and change remaining in the third.
Trying to break this pressure. Leach gets the ball into Maynard. Maynard back to Leach, cross court now. Pushed out to Maynard on the left side, out to the wing. Brunsberg, 3-pointer. That's long. Nice board by Leach. Down to Richards. Yeah! Great ball movement.
How about that little wraparound pass through the other side, weak side defender, and Leach with eyes in the back of her head. Beautiful play.
Lauren Leach also improving. Like you said, Coach Cuss talked about how much she's improved so far.
You bet. She showed us right there. Oh, Seawack looked like she was struck in the throat inadvertently by Leah Richards, and she seems to be all right, but she just missed Detraz down low.
The turnovers continue for an Anderson team, but they just can't get the ball in the bucket enough.
No, they cannot. Just 2 points in this. I checked that, 3 points in this third quarter.
Difference maker now. Hope College 12 points off those turnovers so far.
And we talked about Anderson's ability to shoot threes, almost 9 a game that they make from 3-point line. They're just 1 of 13 tonight. That has been the difference in the ball game. Just can't get it to drop.
Maynard fouled now. Looks like they're in the bonus in the third quarter here. So Maynard at the free throw line with a commanding lead. Karen gets it to go. Gets the second to go.
And did we say she could make free throws? Taryn Maynard, 5'2" player if you're a baseball fan.
Do we want to talk about baseball yet? I think we got to wait till the second game.
I'm still over my disinterest in the Dodgers and the Yankees in the World Series. Rooting for those teams is like rooting for the casino when you go. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
Give me Kansas City at San Diego if Detroit can, or the small market teams.
Yeah, I was looking for a Detroit Dodgers final. That would have been fun.
Would have been splendid. I don't think it's ever happened.
Going the other way. There's Larison off the mark. Detraz fighting for a rebound. Outworked by Leah Richards.
Yeah, good positioning by the freshman. Good technique.
Here comes Maynard going the other way now. She's trapped. Gets the ball out to Lauren Leach. Out to Leah Richards. 3-point try. Brunsberg. That's deep. And they're going to get Anna Richards over the back call.
You know, on that last offensive transaction, they double teamed up top. Oh, we got to change the call. It's going to go against Anderson.
It's a wraparound call on Anderson. They're going to call that on Mackenzie Tolliver.
Oh, it's on Tolliver, okay.
So Tolliver on the wraparound, and it looked clearly like it was going to be Anna Richards.
I thought so too.
Coach John Jan looking for an explanation, rightfully so.
42-41 in his career with an Anderson program that was floundering a little bit, and he's had some success. A team that went 12-14 last year and 8-10 in conference. Good improvement.
Anna gets both free throws to go. Yeah, like you're talking about, Mike. I mean, he's trying to rebuild this program. He's got some good pieces, right? Davis, Beard, Tolliver, Larison, Seawack. Now Hope set up in the full court pressure. Davis trying to break that press.
And they go fairly deep off the bench too, so I think they can match Hope as far as not getting worn down, because Hope loves to do that. Now we see a zone from Hope.
Morehouse has loved that zone tonight. Davis three-pointer off the mark. 5 3-point tries today. Neither team wildly efficient yet.
No, and Anderson has been sadly abysmal to their dismay.
Maynard easily. She's so fast. I'm so impressed with her skill set tonight.
How about that touch off the back iron? Just got a little membership bounce.
Hope College now leads by 30 points. We got 2.5 to play here in the third. Cross-court pass. Seawack out there to Tolliver. Gives it up. Seawack for 3. Off the mark. McKinley. Taylor with a nice rebound. Gets it to her guard Davis. Another try off top of the key. Anna Richards gets the board. She sees Brunsburg in transition. Anna Richards now trying to drive, trying to go to work here on Larison. Gets Leah Richards down the post. Brunsburg picks up her dribble and finds it out to Lauren Leach on the wing. Leah Richards off the mark. Rebound brought down by McKinley Taylor.
The rare mid-range field goal attempt. Not a bad effort. Good look.
A little bit more of an even matchup here, that second Hope College squad trying to play D up on this Anderson team.
And Anderson still snake bitten, just 3 points in this frame.
Seawack for 3.
There we go. They needed that. Seawack, she can nail it. 13 points a game off the bench, second on the team. 47% from the long line coming in.
Reach on the right wing, gets it out to Richards. Here's Leah Richards. She's blocked and way up by Taylor. But a heads up effort play by Anna Richards gets it to go.
She saw her sister down low, and Anna streak in the lane, got the feed.
Had to help her. She's been doing that all her life, right?
You betcha. That's a lot of
That's
driveway.
how you win a state championship.
Exactly, for Lansing Catholic.
They're going to get Lauren Leach on that foul on the way up.
You know, go back, circling back to Taryn Maynard. She's now tied with Petrulia for team honors with 10 points. Maynard, 10 points, 3 rebounds. Jana Gardner back in.
So it's that starting 5
Starting
again
5,
here.
thank you, Matthew.
It's Bellows, Viss, Garner, Petrolia, Lee back in the ball game now for Hope.
And nobody's played more than 15 minutes for Hope in this game. Sydney Viss, 13 conservative minutes like we suspected would happen, setting her rest and her mind for tomorrow. Back-to-back games coming off injury, so difficult.
And it seems purposeful. Like we talked about earlier, as Seawack gets that one to go, they set up right away in the press. Gets it out to Garner. There to Petrulia. Petrulia been really a big difference maker for Hope so far this year. Lee thought about it, trying to go to work on Taylor. Talked about tomorrow, 12:30 and 2:30 are the games here. 12:30, Olivet and Anderson. And obviously Hope College taking on Carroll at 2:30. Here's Garner driving. Good look. That one short, brought down by Seawack going the other way.
Looked like it was short arm. She might have got hit, but no call. Ooh.
Almost fouled by Seawack. Gets it out. Bryn Beard. Beard out. Seawack, 3-point try. Trying to heat up, but she doesn't. Rebound brought down by Viss. Here's Garner with time expiring. Yeah!
Oh!
Jada Garner blows by the defense to extend that Hope College lead to 30 points. 62 to 32, Mike, here at the end of 3.
Just what we suspected Hope wanted to do. We figured they could do it, and halftime adjustments have paid off. Anderson, like we said, I know I sound like a broken record, but not helping their cause. 2 of 16 from the field in that third quarter, 1 of 9 from deep, and just 2 of 18 for the game. Tough to win a game with those numbers.
Anderson, like you said, really struggling, kind of have their hands full with this Hope College team, you know, that plays both sets of the 5. And I like what Coach Morehouse really trying to get a lot of opportunity for his second 5 here. And we'll see how much longer in this fourth quarter he plays those starting 5, because got a lot to be able to find out about these freshmen and how much they're going to play. And I'll tell you who I'm most impressed by tonight. Maddie Petrolia is a really good basketball player.
You know, 5-6 years ago, we would have no talk of a D1 player transferring, but with COVID and things and the way college basketball is, it's rare to have a D1 transfer. She came from Loyola Chicago, and you can see why she was very coveted out of high school. The stroke that she puts in, the rebounding, the technique, and just in her first year, she's got 3 years left after this year, and she's been a vital part already, especially tonight.
With a great third quarter, Hope brings their percentages up 45.7% on the out at the field for the game, 36% from three, 85 at the line. But that's a recipe for good Hope College basketball.
What it is, and Hope really hasn't shot the three ball well this year. 36%, that's one of their better games from three.
Garner's fouled as she crossed the timeline. That's Izzy Davis. I think that's going to be Davis' third.
It is. 3 for Davis, 3 for Taylor, McKinley Taylor. Nobody with more than 2 Hope fouls in any danger.
Lee at the top of the key now. Get the ball. She gets it out to Petrolia. Petrolia down to Lee again. Lee for 2. Strong. Fights for the rebound, but McKinley Taylor gets it.
Good look by Lee. She's looking for a 7th and 8th point. Didn't get it, but she's got 4 rebounds to go along with those 6 points this evening.
Izzy Davis setting up offense on the right wing to Bryn Beard. Davis is down to Larison. Larison off the mark. Rebound brought down by Petrolia.
You know, sometimes when you're down big, you maybe take some shots, a little rush you don't normally take, and I think that's the case with Anderson right now.
Lee trying to force a pass into Viss, and it's stolen by Larison, going the other way now. Larison dish out to Beard. Beard trying to set it up now for Anderson. Here's the drive.
Good stuff. I think that was Lee creating havoc.
That's a drive by Larison, stuffed by Lee, and she's had a really good game.
You know, it's interesting. We call these games, especially the non-conference games. Anderson is a team I'm going to follow after tonight to see how their season progresses, because they've got the good workings of a decent ball club. They're going to win some games in the HCAC this year for sure.
And that's a good conference that we talked about.
Excellent basketball tradition.
They're going to keep getting better as McKinley Taylor, as time expiring, gets that three-pointer to go.
Yeah, the 5'11" grad student is playing her basketball out of her hometown, Anderson, Indiana.
Here's Bellows. Anderson just 30 minutes north of where I'm from. We talked about that.
Been through there many times.
Down. Oh, yeah. Nice move, Courtney Lee.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
And we saw Anderson men's basketball on the Hope Sports Network back on November 8th. That is a fantastic ball club with some good-looking newcomers for Coach Carter Collins.
Carter Collins, Hope College graduate, just a year behind me, or a year ahead of me, sorry.
Matt, he's in his 3rd season, sorry to interrupt, but he's had 2 seasons. He's won the regular season twice. He's won the conference championship twice. I don't know what more you can do.
I know.
And the national tournament scene twice.
From what I'm hearing, I think there's a lot of programs that are interested in bringing him in to change things.
Absolutely. I think their favorite finished 1st or 2nd in their conference in men's action this year are the Ravens.
Grayson Guy and Brooklyn Roback in the game, so these are Guy's first minutes for Hope.
Yeah, we saw Roback with a couple minutes in that 2nd quarter.
Garner gets the ball into Bellows. High ball screen there by Guy. Garner trying to feed Guy down there. She gets space to work for 2.
She didn't rush. She's so comfortable in there. Just put up a nice little 5-footer. Those are tough. Those are tough, a little leaner.
Davis cross court to Beard. Davis for 3. That one's strong. The 3-point woes continue for Anderson, but they do get their own rebound, get another shot here. There's Beard for 3. Off the mark. Garner gets the board.
You know, sometimes the shot's just going to get away from you as a collective for a team. It's just one of those nights for the Ravens.
Too many a timeout by Coach Morehouse. Sarah LaPrairie is going to check in the ball game for Garner. We got under 7 minutes to play here, 66-35, Hope College lead.
You know, while we have a moment, Hope College men fell to St. John's Johnnies earlier today, and you could let me start over. Marcus Warman, starting point guard for Hope, battling a pretty tough injury a couple weeks ago against the Anderson Ravens, of all teams, back on the 8th at DeVos Field. So they're playing a little shorthanded, banged up a little bit, a lot of injuries last year. Ran across the St. John's team that is in the top 10 in the nation, and it doesn't get any easier as Hope College's men taking on Marietta tomorrow, a team that beat them handily 4 or 5 years ago down in Southern Ohio. So that is the Great Lakes Invitational, where Hope men are playing, always a top-notch 8-team collective, and it won't get any easier for the men tomorrow at, I think it's a 1 o'clock game tomorrow.
So we'll keep you updated with a lot of those games throughout the weekend. We try to get more and more information about that tournament, as well as the tournament being hosted here. We'll be back at DeVos tomorrow. We still got a 7 p.m. game for you tonight. It's going to be Carroll and Olivet. So you want to stay tuned for that here on the Hope College Sports Network.
Carroll comes in ranked 21 in the preseason top 25. Hope, by the way, if we didn't mention it, ranked number 12.
Bellows gets the ball into Sarah LaPrairie. LaPrairie getting her first minutes today. The freshman guard from Rochester, Michigan. Grayson Guy driving, goes to work, and it's deep, but she's fouled on the way up.
Good turnaround by Grayson Guy. Petoskey up in Little Traverse Bay, a little bit up by my neck of the woods, east and north. Second Petoskey player on the varsity men's squad from Petoskey. He grew up in Harbor Springs, right around the bay, but playing for the Petoskey club in high school.
So Grayson Guy gets that first one to go. Hope College lead extended now, 33-point lead here at West Ottawa High School for the Dutch.
Guy, one of 7 players for Brian Morehouse to go 6 foot or taller on this giant lineup height-wise. That's a big squad,
Big
Matt
lineup,
Weiner.
that's right. Very tall. Hope recovering really well on that possession. Trying to make things hard on Anderson. Davis driving, goes. Can't get that to go. Rebound brought down by Roback, but it's right in the hands of Anderson. And then Williamson gets the ball for an easy 2.
All set up by Davis with the quick hands.
Bellows on the left wing, only starter in there right now for Hope. And Petrolia, sorry. Bellows driving, is up and under. She's fouled on the way up by Dutraz.
You know what I like about Bellows is she gauged where the hands were defensively. A lot of times you're told not to bring the ball down, but Bellows, being a shorter guard, she kept it down by her knees and protected that basketball so she'd get the shot away.
So Petrolia comes out, Lauren Leach comes in. Off the mark by Bellows.
Nice facility, Matt. You've called some games here. I have back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Here at West Ottawa. We'll be back in our homeland tomorrow at DeVos. Nothing better, but this is a beautiful facility.
It's been great, and we appreciate the host here at West Ottawa having us.
Indeed.
Lauren Leach is fouled on the way up. And Mike, all my memories calling games here would have been West Ottawa women's and men's high school games. Of course, being that state runner-up team, 2018.
Against Clarkston.
Against Clarkston, that was I'll never forget that. Foster Lawyer had 82 in 2 games, semifinal and the final for Clarkston, as they absolutely mollywopped West Ottawa. West Ottawa, that great team with Tyler Bosma, Van Tubergen, played at Grand Valley State.
Absolutely.
Bosma's still trying to play baseball as best he can now, but I think he might be wrapping up.
I haven't checked on him in a while. I had the pleasure of calling that finals game at the Breslin back in the day. That was a treat and a privilege and a thrill, no doubt.
So Anderson continued to fight for rebounds down there, but it's out of bounds.
Yeah, Kylie Hendrickson, the 6-foot junior post player out of Pana, Illinois, with a good effort, just stepped on the end line.
Her first minutes here in this game. Reach out to Grayson Guy, LaPrairie for 3. Off the mark. Hannah Richards fighting for the ball, but rebound brought down by Emily Reed and in the hands of Bryn Beard.
Matt, I apologize. Had a little microphone trouble. I should be back on right now. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it is what it is.
We're making the most of it. Here, Leach out to Roback. Roback on the left wing, and Little Prairie now trying to drive. Grayson Guy thought about it, puts it on the floor easily with her right hand.
Yeah, she went up with the left-handed dribble, switched over. Sweet kiss.
There's Bryn Beard now driving.
And we talked about Anderson's prowess offensively, averaging 72 points a game. And 34% from three-point line is really their bread and butter. But tonight, just 37 points on pace for a season low and shooting just 25%. That would, of course, be a season low.
First time in the ballgame now is Emma Yakey, the sophomore, St. Charles, Illinois.
Down by St. Louis area.
And the dish out to the right wing now. That's a nice three-pointer by Paige Williamson. Gets it to go.
Well, like we talked about, 6.5 three-point attempts per game for Williamson, and that's her first three. She's 1 for 4 today.
Oh, Prairie real quick on the drive. She gets that one to go. 33-point lead now, 73-40 is the lead by Hope College. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back. Back here at West Ottawa. Bryn Beard now controlling the ball here. 4:30 to play. Hope College leads by 33 points. La Prairie is guarding Beard. That's Yakey now on Seawack. Seawack going to work. I think they're going to get Yakey on the call there.
Little reach in by Yakey for sure. Lily Miller checking in for the Flying Dutch, a 6'2 junior. Another one of those big bodies out of Norton Shores, Mona Shores High School product.
As well as Katie Blasey. Katie Blasey from Franklin, Wisconsin, same place that Olivia Rangel is from. We're going to see in that Carroll.
Absolutely. And I would guess to say that, no, I don't think they played together. They're too far apart. But a lot of good athletes out of Franklin basketball for sure. I saw somebody else of note that I made the correlation.
Foul on the floor there. It might have been might have called that on the way up.
Shooting foul. Well, speaking of Carroll, they're favored to finish second in the CCIW behind a team that beat Hope last weekend, Illinois Wesleyan. That's going to be a battle.
I remember calling the Wesleyan game last year when Hope, and they had Lauren Huber so good on the team. And that's a team with Katie Palmer, Lauren Huber, who were just really, really competitive in the game that Hope won late.
Yeah.
But this year, the tide's turned.
I had a chance to see the Illinois Wesleyan Hope game at Calvin last Saturday. It was a brilliant team, Illinois Wesleyan.
There's La Prairie trying to get three-point try to go. Rebound is brought down there by Miranda Wozniak, the freshman guard from Winata Tri-Township High School. I know about Tri-County.
Is that right?
Yeah, good football out there. Small. There's a lot of single-A schools on this roster.
Well, as somebody who lives up north and watched a little high school football this fall, you can have a small team, but you have great athletes everywhere, which is the beauty of it.
But we don't have eight-man football in Indiana, you know, like they do.
Oh, is that right?
No, they just play full.
Even if you have 8 guys? Only have 8 guys?
You got to play 11.
Yeah. I've never seen an 8-man football game. Is that I really don't know, and I'm being serious. Is that a smaller field?
I think it's 3 offensive linemen.
Okay.
If I remember right.
I wonder what kind of strategy you need to go from an 8-man team to, and in high school and perhaps so you make it to college and then you got to learn the 11-man game.
Katie Blasey up and under. That one's off the mark. Rebound brought down, going the other way by Tolliver. Tolliver out to Emily Reed. She's thought about a three-pointer, puts it on the floor. Seawack cross-court pass. Out to Miranda Wozniak. The dribble drive by Seawack. She gets the and one call. I think they're going to get Yakey.
I like Seawack's game. I really do. A 5'7" junior out of Westchester, Ohio. When you can average double digits off the bench, that's instant productivity. She's doing what Olivia Bellows did last year for Hope.
That one doesn't go. So now here's La Prairie taking things the other way. Lily Miller, top of the key. Try and get her down. Katie Blasey gets on the board.
Beautiful. The gals play hard. It's nice to see them get some minutes, and I think it pays off in the long run. It has to. You get some minutes on the court in real-time action. And now we're seeing the Anderson three-point touch. Too little, too late, but they got some good shooters.
Starting to go for Emily Reed. Here's Roback, puts the ball on the floor, tries to throw one up, but it's blocked. Nice block by Kylie Hendrickson. Going the other way, here's Anderson. Seawack driving. She's fouled on the way up by Lily Miller.
Well, Matt Weiner, if you're Ryan Morehouse in his 29th year, no starter played more than 19 minutes, led by Olivia Bellows in this one. Sydney Viss coming off her 2-game loss due to injury, 16 minutes, 7 points, 4 rebounds. I think you got to be happy with that all across the board.
Absolutely, especially a game tomorrow that they're going to be prepared for against a very good Carroll team. As we see, Seawack gets that one to go. Anderson with this late push offensively. Izzy Davis with 9. Seawack with 9. Let's call it 10 now.
You bet. And speaking of Carroll, they came off a school record 23 wins last year, 23-5.
Yakey picks up her dribble, gets the ball out to La Prairie. Prairie puts the ball on the floor, sets up for 3. Off the mark, rebound by Lily Miller. Yeah, nice shot.
You know what I love about that play? Miller using her frame, kept the ball up, didn't put the ball on the court with a dribble, just the putback with the left hand. Beautiful move.
Seawack getting handled there by La Prairie. And a bad pass cross court. That's going to be a turnover by Hendrickson.
We saw a lot of silly turnovers by Anderson, maybe rushing a little bit of nerves in that first quarter. We didn't see that the last 3 quarters, so I think Anderson settled down and got the makings, like I said, of just an interesting season for the Ravens.
I think you're right, and especially in a really good conference like we've talked about. They got a few things to kind of iron out, but mostly offensively, just what they got to get better at. Emma Yakey gets a 3-pointer to go.
Yakey Unfuego, the 9th 3-ball of the day for the Flying Dutch, who came in averaging 7.5 made threes per game.
It's got to feel good for the freshman, the sophomore.
You bet. Yeah, Yakey, St. Charles East High School. Hope averaging 75 points a game. They're at 80. They only scored 60 points in 65 their last 2 games, so the offense showed up. Good to see Sydney Viss back in helping that.
That's right, and we're all but wrapping up here, West Ottawa, for this Hope game. And a nice 3-point try there by Emily Reed. Like you said, just getting going a little bit late.
7 points. I think all of Reed's points have come in the final frame.
Yakey tries again off the mark.
A litmus test for Yakey.
As we wrap this one up here, Mike, Hope College tomorrow is going to play at 2:30. That's against Carroll University. We're about to see and call that game for. And then Olivet is going to take on Anderson there at 12:30. We'll be on the call for both those games.
And it's interesting to see how Olivet, they're bringing back a lot of offense from that team last year. So a team that won 1 game in their first season with head coach Peter Sabiti. And we'll see how they perform against a ranked Carroll team.
Excited to watch those games tomorrow as well. We'll be with you here on the Hope Sports Network all weekend long on the broadcast, bringing you up-to-date news here, 80-51, as we wrap up this ball game. It's the Hope College lead. Emily Reed tries for another off the mark. Grayson Guy gets the board. Dishes out to La Prairie in transition. Prairie. Oh yeah, dish down to Blasey for an easy two.
Still working hard, looking for the good plays. Coaches don't stop until the last buzzer, neither are the players.
Nice drive there by Seawack.
Boy, Hope shooting over 50% and then some in the second half. 17 for 31. Don't have my calculator, but even I can figure that one out. Well over 50%.
Seawack fouled by Emma Yakey. It's Yakey's third.
And Matt, something we pointed out, maybe 3-point half in that second quarter. 18 3-point attempts by Hope in the first half, just 9 total in the second half. Adjustments.
Adjustments, like you said, Coach Morehouse, great about it. They really attacked, only up 11 there heading into the third quarter, and
Yes.
they really made the adjustments necessary.
And that's what coaches do. Brian Morehouse, the fastest coach to 700 victories. He's hanging at 99 losses, Matt Weiner, and his record 700 plus wins, only 99 losses, best percentage in all of D3 basketball.
So last possession here for Hope, 82-52 is going to be the Hope College victory here at West Ottawa High School. As it all but wraps up here. Mike, Hope will improve. Hope will improve to 3-1 on the season.
Yep, good stuff.
Anderson will be 2-3.
2-3, and both get a crack tomorrow. A little bit, not a lot of rest for both these teams, and same for especially the teams that are playing in the nightcap. Olivet and Carroll, they got a quicker turnaround, but they still got to play 40 minutes of basketball yet.
So that'll all but wrap it up, but we'll have a little bit of time in between games, and then we'll be able to talk a little bit about Carroll University, the Pioneers taking on Olivet Comets. That game's going to start here in just about 20 minutes. So we'll get that broadcast up and running. We'll see you here for some more action here on the Hope Athletics Network. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.